Lesson 103.
Yo camino.
Okay, yo camino is a verb of the first conjugation, and it's a regular verb. We have standard forms here where we have the stem and then the very standard or normal endings. Antonio, why don't you take us through this chart and just tell us a little bit about each of the different forms, and let's just talk through the chart for our listeners.
The first one here, yo camino, which means I walk. Tú caminas, which means you walk, but it's kind of informal way.
Right, that's the informal way as opposed to something with usted.
Then we have a third person, él camina, he walks, or ella camina, she walks, or usted camina, that's you walk, but informal speech.
So it's a third person thing being used as a second person form of address.
It's formal speech regardless whether you're in Spain or Latin America. Usted always gonna be polite and formal in everywhere.
So ustedes has some differences, but usted does not have those differences. Whether you're in Spain, whether you're in the Americas, it doesn't matter. Usted is always going to be that sort of polite way to address just one person.
Yes, actually, I like to use the word formal as opposed to polite because by saying that usted is polite, that could be interpreted as, so that you mean that tú is not polite? So tú is also polite. Everything is polite. Everything is appropriate. It's just that usted is more formal. It's more appropriate to specific cases.
So you think formal is a more accurate word for that?
I think so.
Okay. What about the next form on the chart?
Okay, first person plural. Nosotros caminamos, we walk, or nosotras caminamos, that's also we walk, but if we meant just a group of girls or females. Vosotros camináis, or vosotras camináis. This is only in Spain. It means y'all walk. Vosotros is for a group of people of mixed gender or males only, and vosotras only for a group of females in second person plural.
And they're not going to see this form in the Americas, just only in Spain, correct?
Only in Spain, yeah. Okay. They will never see this in the Americas. Then ellos caminan or ellas caminan, which means they walk. And ustedes caminan, that's y'all walk. But again, informal speech. It's just that it happens to be treated as third person.
Okay, but it's not always formal, because if you're in the Americas, then that's just for everyone. There's no formalness to it in the Americas,
yes,
right?
In the Americas, since we never use vosotros and vosotras, then you use ustedes in every case.
But in Spain, of course, that would have a formal quality to it.
Yes. In Spain, they would say ustedes caminan when wanting to use a more formal speech.
So, Antonio, one thing we haven't really talked about is the gender of usted. Can you use usted and ustedes to address a man or a woman?
It's the same for both genders. Usted, which is singular, there's no really different gender as the same as tú. It's always the same for both genders. But in plural, second person plural, there you have different genders in Spain only. Vosotros when referring to males or mixed, and vosotras when referring to a group of only females.
But the word ustedes, it's sort of like usted. There's no gender differentiation. There's only one form of it. In other words, ustedes is the only form of the word, regardless of if you're speaking to men or to women.
Yeah, that's correct, Bill. Ustedes is for both genders. Both ustedes means y'all, and vosotros and vosotras also mean y'all. The only difference is that the Spain way has both genders, and ustedes it's the same for both genders.
Okay, let's take a look at our exercises. In exercise 1, mi familia means my family. Camina is the verb. That's third person singular, and it agrees with mi familia. So mi familia camina will say, my family walks. Al parque means to the park, and todos los días means every day. So number 1 will say, my family walks to the park every day. In number 2, we have a question, and the question contains formal speech. Usted is the subject. Together, usted and camina say, you walk. But here, in this question, we'll translate those two words as, do you walk? A la playa means to the beach, and todas las semanas means every week. So number 2 will say, in a formal manner, do you walk to the beach every week? In number 3, mis amigos means my friends. Caminan is the verb, and that's third person plural. It agrees with mis amigos. So mis amigos caminan will say, my friends walk. A la playa means to the beach, and todas las semanas means every week. So number 3 will say, my friends walk to the beach every week. In number 4, yo camino means I walk. A la tienda means to the store. Con means with. Mi mamá means my mom. And todas las semanas means every week. So number 4 will say, I walk to the store with my mom every week. In number 5, yo camino means I walk. Al parque means to the park. Con means with. Usted is a formal way to say you. And a menudo means often. So number 5 will say, in a formal way, I walk to the park with you often. In number 6, ella means she. The verb is camina. That's third person singular. So ella and camina together will say, she walks. Nunca is an adverb that means never. So ella nunca camina will say, she never walks. A la playa means to the beach, and conmigo means with me. So number 6 will say, she never walks to the beach with me. In number 7, nosotros caminamos means we walk. A la playa means to the beach. A menudo means often. Pero means but. Nunca means never. And then we have a second verb here, the verb vamos. That means we go. Notice how it's unnecessary to repeat the pronoun nosotros. And finally, al parque means to the park. So number 7 will say, we walk to the beach often, but we never go to the park. In number 8, él camina means he walks. A la playa means to the beach. Con means with. Sus amigos means his friends. We know here that the word sus means his because we're talking about a male. The word él earlier in the sentence refers to a male person, a he. So here sus means his friends, and todas las semanas means every week. So number 8 will say, he walks to the beach with his friends every week. In number 9, we have a question, and this question includes formal speech. The subject here is ustedes, and the verb is caminan. Together, ustedes and caminan will say, y'all walk. But here, it's a question, so their positions are reversed. So we'll translate caminan and ustedes as, do y'all walk? Al parque means to the park, and a menudo means often. So number 9 will say, do y'all walk to the park often? In number 10, yo no tengo means I do not have. Un carro means a car. Porque means because. No tengo means I do not have. And un trabajo means a job. So number 10 will say, I do not have a car because I do not have a job. Notice how, in the second part of the sentence, it was unnecessary to repeat the pronoun yo.